What's your age?
19.
29. I like them young.
How does a 10-year age gap relationship work?
Perfect age gap for a relationship.
Why?
Well, see, when they're 19, you can train them. You can train them, you know. They're very young, so, you know, you can influence them and train them to be the perfect woman for you.
Do you feel like that's true?
Yes.
Do you feel like your boyfriend is misogynistic?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. I mean, I'm fine with our relationship. It has worked for us. Like, guys my age are not, like, mature enough.
And would guys your age be able to provide the same things that he provides for you right now?
Of course not.
Why go 19 as opposed to 29 or 35?
She's a young sweetheart, you know, what can I say?
Okay, so what's the latest you want to have kids?
5 years to now, like, yes.
Yeah, you know, biology gives women up to about the age of 27. So I say we got about 8 years in it, you know.
Why do you date younger women?
Oh. Less trauma, less emotional baggage.
So you like to have the younger girls that are like fresh and undamaged?
To see if there's long-term potential, yeah.
How much younger do you date?
8 years has been like the biggest gap.
How old are you?
32.
Okay. Would you ever date an older woman?
No.
Why not?
I've tried that, and there's just too much. There's too much baggage. The way she would communicate was a little challenging. Mm-hmm. Instead of having a conversation in person, she'd like to send a whole novel or paragraph.
Oh, well, that's weird. I don't know if that's an older woman thing or just a crazy woman thing.
I don't know. It's just my experience.
So do you have age limits set on dating apps?
Probably 27 would be the oldest.
And women your own age still not good?
All the ones my age who are really good have been taken.
Do your friends feel the same way?
Definitely. Well, it's a little more challenging for older women because you do have a clock that's racing against you.
Right, if you want children, yeah.
You want children, yeah.
What are you looking for in a woman, in a girl?
Cares about family, emotionally mature, maybe a more traditional value too.
Trad wife.
I think many 40-year-old men would be very happy hanging out with 25-year-old women, on a substance level, a dumb substance level.
Just right? Service level.
Yeah, more service, fun. I think when you are an extremist of running a company, success, you wake up at 5 a.m. and your first feelings are how great can I be today? Doesn't match with a 25-year-old.
But you've been with 25-year-olds.
What do you mean by been with them?
I mean, you've dated. Yeah. Were you not? Yes.
23, 25.
Yeah. So then what is, why? Based on what you're saying right now, if that's not going to be your fulfillment long term, is it more is that why you're doing it? Because you don't have to worry about the long term because you're this is fun in the moment? And
you're asking more what I've learned in the last half a year.
For sure.
More than anything. Yeah. I thought that it was cute at first, it could be doable. And then you sit down, have dinner, spend time. I mean, one day, my company lost 17 grand on this job. I'm fucking frustrated, right? And so I go to dinner with this young gal and I'm like, she's like, how's your day? I'm like, she asking how my day is. That's a good thing. I'm like, no, we had a pretty shitty day. They fucked up. We lost 17 grand on this job. And she's like, check out the Snapchat. And I was like, this just fuck. I called my mom. I said, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got to get my life together, I think.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Unfiltered For You Stories. If you're a new viewer here, you're most welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. Today we are diving into a topic on TikTok clips that never seems to stop. We are looking at why some older men prefer to date much younger women. I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm just here to react, laugh, and maybe learn something. So we'll see what TikTok has for us today. So grab your snacks, settle in, and let's jump straight into these TikToks and see what the internet has to say. But don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. So let's get into it.
Truth is, a lot of dudes who are like 45, 50 years old who refuse to date women their age, they don't do so because they prefer young women and how they look. Because let's be real, it's a lot of 40-something-year-old women that'll give these 20-something-year-old girls a run for their money. But it's because of the mental aspect. Like, as a guy gets older, the one who wants to play games, by the way, who's like 40-something, 50 years old, he remembers it being easier to play those games whenever he was like 20. Because women in that age group, they're more on hope than they are experience. But experience is the best teacher. So as he gets older, he's trying to date women his age. They're like, no. I've seen your kind before. Like, I've lived the proof that you're here to waste my time, and I ain't going. So now he gonna go out here talking about how he prefers younger women because older women his age are full of baggage and they're bitter. And it's like, nah, they ain't full of baggage and bitter. They have a BS detector, so they're harder to manipulate. And manipulative men don't like that.
3 reasons why middle-aged men prefer to date younger women. And I'm going to tell you, it's not what you think it is. A lot of times people just have this notion in their mind that a middle-aged man only wants to date a woman for her appearance. I'm going to tell you, that is the furthest thing from the truth. It might be true with a very few men, but for the majority, I'm going to tell you, it's not the truth. I've talked to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of men, if not 1,000 over the years. And I found that there's this one thing that is just so amazing. And it's probably the number one reason why men like to date these younger women. She is easier to surprise. Sharing new experiences with someone is awesome. Now, one of the most discouraging things is for a man is to offer something to a woman that he thinks is amazing. And she's like, I've got 4 of those already. Or she's like, I've already flown first class. I've already been to Cuba. I've already been to Italy. I've already been to France. I've already been to Dubai. See, these experiences that she's had kind of deflate the surprise and the joy that the man wants to share with her. I mean, there's more happiness in giving, obviously, than there is in receiving. And if he can give her something, this not only excites the relationship, but it excites him too. It's amazing. So living spontaneously in a relationship adds to the joy, the power, the anticipation, the curiosities that come with relationships of entering the unknown. All these things make it so exciting for the man that he just can't wait to give her a nice gift. No reason at all. And something else comes to mind when an older man dates a younger woman and he's trying to surprise her. If the plans change, if she's become privy to the plans, or she's become aware of the plans and they all of a sudden change, you know what? She's okay with it because her focus is she just wants to be with this man. Number 2, younger women allow older men to be themselves. Now, what could be more attractive than being who you are? Because once you've gone through your entire life and you've experienced trying to be certain things for certain people, see, now that you're older, you realize, no, I'm just going to be me. I'm going to do me right now. And in doing you, she meets you this way. She meets you as you are. And it's exciting for her, but it's more exciting for the older man because now he can tell the truth and be honest. Now he's dealing with this woman who has youthful vigor and he can be who he wants to be. He can go where he wants to go. He can do what he wants to do with someone that's going to respect this journey with him. Number 3, no matter how many years an older man is to a younger woman, she still sees him as her equal. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. There are no age jokes. Well, maybe a couple, but that goes both ways. But the whole reality is she doesn't do anything to remind him that he's older than she is. She just sees him as an equal. The conversations are equally just as dynamic. It's absolutely mind-blowing how older people and younger people get along in any style of relationships. Parents to children get along perfectly. Age is just a license. It allows you to go in whichever direction you choose. So for people to sit there and to visualize age as a predator mindset, that's just foolishness. That's just foolishness. That means you don't know yourself, but even worse, you don't know humanity, because that's not how life works. So I hope you like these thoughts and these tips and these expressions that we just made, and I hope they help you to build powerful relationships as you make your quest to be happy. So enjoy your day.
You want to know why men pick younger women? It's not because they're prettier. It's not because they're easier. It's because older women have forgotten how to be feminine. Yes, I said it. See, younger women still have something that a lot of older women have lost along the way. That is softness, admiration, and the ability to actually receive a man's energy instead of competing with it. Older men do not want to fight every day. They do not want to be your emotional punching bag or your therapist. They want peace. They want a woman who listens, who is grateful, who still sees the man in front of her instead of resenting him for the ones in her past. And no, this does not apply to everybody. There are exceptions, but I am talking about the rule. When a younger woman walks in with light, feminine energy, and a willingness to follow, it feels refreshing to a man who has been carrying the world on his back. It's not about a number on her driver's license. It is about her energy. A woman in her 40s who's done the inner work, who leads with softness and respects masculine energy, she will always win. But if we're being honest, most don't. And that's exactly why men go for younger girls.
And this isn't going to be new information for many women, but at least enjoy the validation, because what I'm going to give you is not opinion, it is research backed. Let's get into it. Number 1, you have rejuvenation fantasy. So younger women have a sense of youth and vitality, so then being with them can restore a man's sense of virility. Number 2, control and ego boost. I'm sorry, ladies, but the research backs that younger partners are easier to impress and manipulate, which will then be a huge ego boost to a man's confidence and his sense of power. Number 3, fertility signaling. So regardless of if the man wants to have children, this is just psychologically understanding from an evolutionary lens. So according to an evolutionary lens, youth can symbolize reproductive health and reproductive potential, which to the unconscious can boost attraction. And then number 4, you have escape from aging anxiety. So desire for younger women often reflects an escape from aging, so they use youth then as a mirror to vitality. And what I find incredibly interesting about this is the sociocultural implications, where women are not allowed to age, whereas men are. However, when you look at the research, when you look at why older women desire younger men, all of the wanting to go back to feel younger is not there. It can be a part of a variance, but it's not one of the core drivers. The reason why women desire to be with younger men are all about freedom and embodiment in their age as is. Whereas in the man's research, it shows that they are trying to go back to a time where they felt best then in order to escape who they are. Which makes sense when young women are allowed to feel and go into their emotions for explorations, whereas men are taught to perform and escape their internal world in order to belong to the external. So here you are, even within middle age or beyond, women take aging process and internalize that, whereas men will take the aging process and externalize that.
Narcissistic men love to date younger women because they want to be able to control somebody. You have to think about it. These people, they love control. They love to be in power. They love having that sort of dynamic in a relationship. And so when they go after younger women, it's not necessarily because they are attracted to younger women. It's because they are attracted to the fact that they are easier to control. They are more submissive, right? So narcissists, they will go after these younger women because they're naive. They don't have as much experience. They don't have as much maturity as older women. So narcissists will target younger people, and it doesn't even just have to be women, okay? These people, they're for everybody. It could be young men too that they go after and that they target. And again, that's just because they want to control. It's a very, very sick thing because a lot of these narcissists, they also happen to be PDFs, right? And not a lot of people really talk about that, but they happen to be PDFs. I don't think there is a PDF who is not a narcissist, if you know what I'm saying. So that's the reason why these narcissistic men go after younger women or even younger guys, because they want control.
You want to know why much older men go after women that are 10 to 20 years younger than them? There's a couple of different reasons, really, but the key points to take away: older men go after younger women because it's a power move. They believe that younger women are going to view them as more dominant because of their age, and that's going to correlate with them getting away with more bad behaviors and less accountability. She is not in a position, because of age, to tell him what he can and can't do. That's what these guys think. Secondly, they think that the younger women are more susceptible because of that maturity difference that they believe is real. they're more susceptible to the manipulation because maybe they haven't been around to see it, right? Maybe they haven't experienced it and they can pull one over on you. The third reason why older men go after younger women is to keep them youthful. Because whenever you have a man who has lived an entire life of manipulation and he sees the horizon of his life, and you can be much older, can be a 50 and a 20-year-old, a 70 and a 40-year-old, when he knows that he can physically no longer keep up, he's going to try to make that last push to manipulate and to get away with as much as he can and to be with as many women as possible. If these guys are not tied down to one woman, they are going to try to get everything out of their system so they have no regrets. Most men who manipulate women to this degree fear regret more than anything. There's never going to be enough women. There's never going to be enough manipulation. And at the end of the day, they have absolutely nothing to show for their lives except for loneliness and misery.
Thank you so much if you're able to make it this far. When someone says that an older woman or a woman within their age bracket or range has much baggage, that is a classic I don't want baggage. But you are the same age with this woman or with these women that you say they have a lot of baggage. So that means whatever baggage that they have, you too has them. So I don't see why you should give that as a reason for wanting to date a much younger woman. You also have baggage, and your baggage probably has baggage. So don't really show up like you are showing up with no emotional carry-ons. You are going into a relationship with this younger woman with your baggage too. Then someone said younger women have youthful energy. I get that whole energy thing. That's true. Everybody wants someone fun. But if you need someone 20 years younger just to feel alive, maybe the issue is your vitamin levels are low, but not the dating pool. Maybe you get some sunlight, take some walks, do some exercises, because this younger woman's energy levels are really high, which may not match yours. For example, she may be this girl who still wants to have fun. You know, she's young, she's just starting to enjoy her life, and she wants to go out clubbing, she wants to go out hanging with friends, so she will be dragging you along with her. And if you're really in like your 40s and you're dating a 20-year-old, you may go to the club and feel out of place because you may find that the whole music in the club has changed, not like the one you used to dance to during your younger days. I don't think you'll enjoy that relationship. Someone there shared that younger women are more appreciative. Anyway, I hear this a lot. You know what happens behind, like after hanging out or having fun with this older guy? They also have standards. They know what they want, but maybe they're just keeping you. Maybe you tip them a little bit with some money and those small gifts just to get them. But believe me, they are not really serious with you. They are just there hanging out around to get some things from you, but not really that. She will pretend to really show you the good behavior or the good manners, but while behind closed doors, she's like, These younger women whom you think are innocent or naive, some of them are even sharp than you can imagine. And then someone said it's just connection. This one really feels genuine. Some people do genuinely connect despite the age gaps. As long as both are adults and on the same page, that is cool. Communication and respect are the real key and not the birth year. Of course, there are those who said younger women are more attractive than the older women, and therefore a man will look out for such a younger woman. But remember, this attractiveness fades. Yeah, and then for the men who are not serious, of course, who don't want serious relationships or commitment, they go for these younger women, because the older women All women who are within their age groups want commitment and not games. And for the ones who take advantage of the younger women because they are naive, they don't have much experience, that is so true. Many men do that just because these women or girls are still young, not yet in the age of, or some, they have not yet gotten experience and they will not know whether if some behavior in that much older man is good or not good. So they can't differentiate the red flags from the green flags just because they are still much younger and don't have experience. And also, someone said younger women are easier to make happy or to please than the older women. Yeah, it's because the older women have now set their standards. They have all the money, they can do things for themselves. So planning a trip, or it's not a surprise, most of them, those who can, it's really genuine. If you want like to have babies and you're much older, going for a younger woman or girl, it's a good idea because they still have a lot of time to do that. They are still very productive, if that is one of the reasons. But don't go for a younger woman who has her whole future ahead of her. Maybe she wants to have kids. For you, you're already done with having children. That wraps up today's world of TikTok opinions on why older men date younger women. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts about this. And if you enjoyed my video of today, do me a favor, hit that like button and turn on those notifications so that you don't miss out the next reaction. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay safe and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.